Hello guys, welcome to another FU Money. Today, Saturday. Bitcoin has been going crazy, yesterday going down, today going up, and we are fighting for the 30k level support. And as you guys seen in my last video yesterday, I was trying to demonstrate how Elliott waves could take us to 200,000 by the end of this year. But let me just share the screen and let me zoom in here. Today, TradingView just a bit ago, around 1 hour ago, tweeted Bitcoin will reach 100,000 by the end of this year. So, hey, Tone, let's see if you're right, or even higher than 100,000. But I'm just curious to get to the end of the year and see what happens. Let's see if Elliott waves takes us to 200, or the price-to-time model takes us to 280, or if TradingView is right and at least 100,000 is reached this year. So welcome guys to the stream. Let me check who is here already. We have a few people already here. Maria is here, Nunu is here. Let me check someone else. Where participants here. Hey guys, just join the stream, and in the meantime, you guys know already, let's have the intro. So let's start another live stream. So here we are, different background today. I guess you noticed already. I decided to change for today and vary a bit the pictures that we have in the background. Today we are going to have a few pictures from Portugal. Not the best government in the world, but one of the most beautiful countries in the world. So let's have a few pictures of Portugal today just to be different. So let's see, people are still coming in. Yep, we have a few already. I hope you guys enjoyed the live stream today. We are just going to have the normal analysis of the market, and then let's see what happens next. So let me share the screen, and let's go to the price to time model. So this is where we start usually. Where are we? So the close of the week is coming tomorrow. We are still here very undecided about what to do. Bitcoin is very undecided about what to do. We are still delayed as compared to the 2017 cycle, which is the yellow candle pattern, as you guys know already if you are following this channel. So the price to time model always compares not just the current cycle, but also the previous cycles. The 2013 cycle is the blue candle pattern here. The yellow candle pattern is the 2017 cycle. We are having some kind of fractal of the 2017 here, this big retracement of 55%. And we are now delayed because we are extended in time to the right as compared to the previous 2017 candles, and we are also below the price action of 2017, so I guess we are a bit delayed. The ideal position, let me just zoom a bit more from the top. The ideal position was for the price action to be in between the yellow candle pattern and this exponential line inside the square. So what I call the threshold for the corrections. And as you guys seen, the threshold has been working perfectly. Every time we got above the threshold line, the orange line, we had a correction, and then for the fourth time we had this big correction of 55%. So for the price to time model to be on track, I would like the price action to be somewhere inside the area in between the threshold and the yellow candle pattern. We are a bit delayed. However, if if the fourth wave of Elliott waves is confirmed to have bottomed around the 30K level, we might start soon a reversal of the price action to the upside and try to catch up with the 2017 cycle, which is not going to be easy, but I hope it happens. So that's it for the current on track or off track position of the price to time model. The RSI, as I said before, is also a bit off track because we went above to the orange dashed line, which corresponds to the mid top or mid cycle 2013 cycle. The local top we had exactly in the middle, and then we corrected 75% to the downside. And this orange dashed line, as you guys can see, is exactly the level that the RSI went to when that 75% correction was over. So we are now a bit below that level and continuing to go down unless the fourth wave of the Elliott waves completes and we start the reversal soon. So we have to wait some time and see what happens here. But even if the fourth wave goes lower, I'm not expecting a big drop. For sure, I'm not expecting a drop below the previous all-time high of 2017, which would be around the 20K level. So it's possible that we go there, although the probabilities every time we go down get smaller and smaller. So a drop to the 20K level is possible. Anything is possible with Bitcoin. I've seen so many things that were almost impossible to happen. And it's possible that we could go to the 20K level, but as the more and more we go down here on the price level, the smaller the probabilities of going lower than 20K are. So let's see what happens. But so far we are a bit off track on the price to time model, and let's see how this goes in the future. Let's take a look at the total crypto market cap, and we are still being held by the support here. So as you guys see, we have the support context, which is the gray box on the Pro Indicators framework, is still, we are actually, the price level actually is right now at the, it's almost the middle of the support context, just a bit below. And we have the trend channel, also the green zigzag line down here, which will also act as support for the price action. So I'm not expecting an easy way down. So we have a lot of support in this area, and the trend channel is also supporting around this level, which is 1.17 trillion. So it's not easy to break all this at the same time, but this is still inside the context. And being inside the context, it means this is still a bullish trend. So I am on the daily, on the total market cap chart. And as you guys can see, being inside the context means that this is still a bullish trend. From this point where it started to break to the upside, we are still just ranging inside the context. If we break this context to the downside, then we have bigger problems, of course. And if we go below the 1 trillion mark, which is a very important psychological mark for the markets and for everyone investing in crypto, that would mean a bit more trouble. But we are still above the 1 trillion and we are still inside the context here. So I don't see any reason to panic now. And this is just a second range boundary forming here. We went below that previous level over there. So this means we found a second range boundary. We are inside the context, and the biggest probability is still a reversal of the price action, taking the total market cap up, having a reversal here. I'm saying this is the biggest probability, but it's not the only one. So we still have a smaller probability that actually the total market cap could break the support and go below this area. And the 1 trillion here would be the final support for if we start a new trend to the downside. Of course, the 1 trillion mark would be the last lines of support for this chart. But I guess for this, because we are in higher time frames like dailies and weeklies, we will have to wait some time to see what happens. So far so good, we went down there, but we very quickly recovered to the upside, and we are now accumulating again in this area. Taking a look here at the MRI, and we start with the weekly chart. We are finding support on the 50-period SMA, as I said before during this week, and we are starting a new count because the MRI bottom here did not work. We didn't go to the upside after this weekly candle, and actually we closed the previous week as an engulfing candle, which was what I was afraid of. I didn't want this to close as an engulfing candle, and tomorrow probably we will close this candle too, not very distant from the current price level. But we don't have anything else more to engulf, so this is not an engulfing candle. However, I hope the 50-period SMA holds the price, because we are now starting a new count, and if this doesn't go to the upside, this will not be so good as we would want or expect. So regarding the weekly chart, let me take a better look. So we broke already the two trend lines I had here. We already broke the 20-period SMA, and we are now finding support on the 50. And probably if the last resource fails to support the 30K, we could go down for something in between the 30 and the 20, which I'm not expecting to be broken. And this is because the 100-period SMA, the red line you guys see here, already achieved the all-time high of 2017, and this is usually the place where everything stops. So if this is broken, all hell will break loose, and we better pack and go home, because something is wrong. But I'm not expecting the price action to go below or much lower than this area of support, which is the previous all-time high. So let's see. But on the daily, we can have a better look of what's happening. The RSI, of course, is bearish. The MACD also bearish, although the gap is very, very small as compared to the other ones here. So we are, I would say, we are accumulating in this area, and probably, and if the Bitcoin gods can listen to us, they will reverse the price on the 50-period SMA and complete the fourth wave of the Elliott waves count to have the final fifth wave to the upside. I will show you guys that chart later. This is the chart I showed yesterday on my recorded video, and you guys will see what I mean by the fifth wave Elliott waves count. So that's the weekly chart, and we have now the daily. So let me just check where I cannot even see where this is. I can probably do something like that. Okay. We are below all the moving averages. So, of course, that's not the ideal position to be in. We also had on the daily, we had yesterday an MRI bottom, and it didn't work also. So it's been very frustrating to see the MRI bottoms to come up and not working. We saw it on the weekly, now we are seeing it on the daily, and actually on the 4 hours chart, I also believe there is an MRI bottom coming. Let it just load. Yes. So we are right now, this candle is the MRI bottom warning, and the next candle in just 1.5 hours will be an MRI bottom if we continue around this price level and we don't reset the count. So the next candle will be a 9 and an MRI bottom. So we have two MRI bottoms at this point working at the same time, the 4 hour and the daily. We had the previous week an MRI bottom on the weekly, and nothing is working except maintaining this really thin line of support already on the 30K. So let me just finish this on the daily. Sorry. So on the daily, we have been navigating just above the oversold territory. The RSI is not going really up. We went up here. This was the fake out, but even the RSI just went to the middle level of 50, 51, and then it turned back down again, confirming the fake out we had of this triangle, which everyone was expecting actually to be the triangle of the price action reversal, but it didn't happen, so we have to wait for better days. And for now, we are just holding the 30K as support, and I hope it will support and finish and close the fourth elite wave. So that's it for the daily. The RSI continues to go down, but let me just go back here for the weekly, because there's something I wanted to check. No, it's not here. We have to probably the daily. Yeah, so on the daily, we have a bullish divergence, and this is what I wanted to show you guys. So the price has been going down on the daily. However, we have a bearish divergence on the RSI. Since the big drop, we have been having this. Let me just put it in white, because this is a bullish one. So here. So as you guys can see, we have been going down. You can use the top of the triangle to see the bullish divergence. We have been going down, and we had just this fake out, which doesn't mean anything. So this top of the triangle, if you extend it to the right, you can actually use it as a trend line that Bitcoin was not able to break yet to the upside. And the RSI, however, is showing upside momentum, even if this is not a very steep inclination of the trend on the RSI. At least you can see there is a bullish divergence here, which is a good sign that probably something good is going to happen soon. We just don't know when, because no one does. No one can guess the future, and I don't know where the price of Bitcoin will be tomorrow. I can just tell you that something might happen soon if we hold the 30K and the RSI continues to show this bullish divergence. So that's it for the daily, guys. The MACD is just going sideways, nothing new here. The blue line still below the orange, but they are very, very close. Let's check the 4-hour for the BitMEX funding rate, and also keep it here for the MRI bottom that will be happening in 1 hour and 29 minutes. So the BitMEX funding rate is below my threshold. It's 0.086. That's good for the bull case. You guys know already that the more shorts you have, the more probabilities of the reversal of the spot market will happen, or the more probabilities we have that that will happen. So I would like to wait, although probably I will not be here already when this turns to the other candle, but I will see for sure what happens when the new candle of the 4-hour chart starts. And I'm expecting to be a green candle, an MRI bottom, and probably a kind of reversal to the upside, even if this is for the short term, but at least showing some signs of support of the 30K line. So for me, it would be great if the MRI bottom on the 4 hours will work and at least give us some signs that we can at least break the first two moving averages, the green and the yellow, that are coming down in a fury. But the 30K level has been holding the lines for some time already. We had already 5, if I'm not mistaken, we had already 5 attempts to break the 30K level, and all of them failed, and we are still there, but I bet the bullish divergence will help us in some way. So that's the MRI, and I will just go now to the Pro Indicators framework on the 4-hour chart. So you guys can see that the trend channel has been going down after this fake out here. This is the trend channel, is the red and the green zigzag channel that you guys see coming down. And the context, the resistance context and the support context, are the gray boxes on top and below of the price action. And we have now found a new range boundary, at least for the daily. If you check the daily, you will see that we have now even broken this channel, and probably in the daily this would be these 4 range boundaries here, second, third, and so on. This is from the 4-hour chart, but on the daily, if you count this as the last all-time high, this would be the second range boundary exactly here, and still inside the context, and this is a very, very good thing. even going to 28.8K, we saw the price reversal still inside the context. So the context was not broken, it supported the price action, and we are now above the middle of that context box. So, and we still have the bull sign, the blue triangle here. It's a bullish sign that the price action might reverse to the upside, having found a second range boundary here on the daily chart. So let me go back to the 4-hour chart and see how the momentum is doing. Guys, we have again bullish signs on the 4-hour. We have the sine wave OK sign, we have the momentum OK sign, and we have the bullish sign here. As you guys can see, we have already two bullish signs on the pro momentum indicator. So that could mean that we are still holding the 30K line, and the support context is just below that. So it's very, very, very how should I put that? You can see the strength of the bears trying to send the price action down, but you can also see the strength of the bulls and the support context sending the price back up as soon as we touch the support context. So it's a really, really big fight happening here for the 30K. This is very exciting, actually. As a trader, I find it very exciting to see this fight. Of course, if you are a newcomer to the space of trading, you probably are a bit worried with your investments. But as I've been here for some years already, I've seen so many times this happening, so I'm not worried anymore. I know that even if this goes down, I can still buy more Bitcoin at lower prices and compensate for the devaluation of my investment since I started to DCA around the 39K area. So I don't really mind if Bitcoin goes down because I still have fiat money to buy more. But it's really exciting to see the fight between the bulls and the bears for the 30K level. And no one knows who's going to win. I can just tell you that for now, the bigger probability, I would not say very, very big, but I would say at least 60%, just a bit above the 50 line, the 50-50 line. I would say 60 to 65 or 70% probabilities that we have a price reversal again around the support context. So this might has been already the price reversal here at the 28.8K, and we are now accumulating and retesting that level, but even not going down again to that same level. So you guys can see that every time we get here to around 30K, we go back up. So the support is really strong. So let's see what happens. And that's the pro indicators framework. We have, as I said, to summarize, we have bullish signs, we have the warning sine wave OK and momentum OK. So all the signs are there to indicate that the support is really strong and that we can have a reversal of the price action. Now, you know, it's up to the market to show us what it's going to do, because no one can guess the future. Okay, that's it for the pro indicators on the 4-hour at least. Let me just go to check the dollar. As usual, the dollar is an inverse correlation with Bitcoin, and we are still going down after touching this trend line here that I plotted when the price of the dollar achieved the close of this candle here, the green candle, after the Fed meeting, which created a big FOMO of the dollar, at least for that day, and it created this big candle here for the week, which is now closed, and the new week is going down. So I'm expecting this to be the trend line that will send the dollar down, and if we break this trend line to the upper side, it's not a very good sign for Bitcoin, of course, because of the inverse correlation, but I'm expecting the dollar to continue the downtrend after achieving this level here, which was a fake out, in my opinion, was a fake out because of the Fed meeting and all the lies that they spread every day on the mainstream media. So the dollar, I'm expecting the dollar to, I'm going to extend this support a bit. This has been the support for the dollar for the past or long number of weeks already, but I'm expecting that this support will be broken sometime in the future, and I will be here to watch it and clap my hands when the dollar goes below 89 on the Dixie. And that will be a very, very good day for me. Gold is struggling in between the trend line, the white trend line here, which has been supporting the price for a long time already, since the previous bottom of gold, the last swing low, and this 124 candle correction, which actually was also a fake out here. So I would consider this a fake out here. And we have the trend line in red, which indicates all the points where gold went back down after testing this level. So now gold is really being squeezed in between the trend line going up and the trend line going down, and this could become a triangle. So let's see to what side it breaks. Gold breaking the trend line to the upper side, so going above the red trend line would indicate that some people are still afraid of the hyperinflation of the dollar, and that's probably the reason why they are buying gold. So that indirectly would be a good sign, in my opinion, for Bitcoin too, because if people start to buy gold, or at least the people that are used to buy gold because of being in traditional markets, it means that they are still afraid of the hyperinflation of the dollar, and that means that the other people that believe in Bitcoin will do the same. So indirectly, gold going up, which could mean also a bit of uptrend, at least the short-term one for Bitcoin. If gold goes down, then probably we will see the dollar going up, and that is not very, very good. Let's see. Let's see how this evolves, this price squeeze, and probably the next week will be the defining week for us to understand if gold is going to break the trend line to the downside or going to break the other one to the upside. And let's see the S&P, and I guess the S&P is now showing a buy signal. And that's funny, because I was expecting this drop from the trend line to continue and at least find support here on the 20-week SMA. But now, after this short week where we had this drop, the S&P 500 is now going back up. And as you guys know, this also has some kind of a direct correlation with Bitcoin. So it's not the inverse one like the dollar, it's a direct one. Every time we see the S&P going up, we also see Bitcoin going up. However, this time, or at least for this week, we have not been seeing that direct correlation, which I find a bit awkward. But at least for the S&P, it's trying to get back above the trend line. But this could be early signs of some kind of a big drop for the S&P. So I would not be very, very confident that the S&P is going to continue running to the upside like crazy and never coming back down. I see this as a possibility that we could see a drop later on for the S&P 500. This is just this could be just a retry to get back above the trend line, but so far has not been very successful, although we have a buy signal. So let's also see how this evolves, but we had an MRI top on the weekly for the S&P a few weeks ago. I can just check the daily to see where the MRI tops or bottoms are. Oh, we also had an MRI top exactly here when it broke out of the trend line and found support on the 50 period, in this case daily, the 50 days SMA, and started a new run to the upside. So this was exactly a 1 to 4 candle correction, as you guys can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the red, and now we are having 1, 2, 3, 4 on the MRI on the green, in the green color. So this is a bit weird because it's not going back above the trend line. It could be just a retest of the trend line to continue the trend to the downside. I would be very, very careful on the S&P, although we had around here, we had an MRI, we had a new all-time high around this area. But I would be very, very careful, because if the S&P cannot go above the trend line, at least for the daily chart, this could mean trouble. and probably finding support on the 100 period SMA. I don't know, but this could lead to a bigger drop of the S&P. If that happens, this will of course influence Bitcoin too, because many of the institutions that trade the S&P also trade Bitcoin, and they usually use Bitcoin to minimize the damage of the S&P. So I would be careful. I would also look at the S&P for clues about what might happen to Bitcoin, and let's see what happens here. Let me just put it back on the week, which is the chart I usually look for on the S&P. And let's see here. Whoa, big mix. This is not here, and of course that's not there, and this is not here. This is what the reason I have all this mixed is because I opened the same chart and then they just saved on top of each other. Yeah, so exactly. So this is the chart with the long-term view of Bitcoin since the all-time high of 2017, when we had this red line, which is the bear market, and the white line is the bull market. The bull market had already two phases, in my opinion. The lowest one is the one that continues here and will soon, around August or September, let me check better. This will be around, the first week of September this year, will touch the all-time high of 2017. So this trend line going up to September to touch the all-time high of 2017 level, which is the orange dashed line here. And the second phase, when the price action started to go exponentially up, here exactly at this cross in October 2020. By the end of the first week of October 2020, we started this exponential bull run to the upside that took us to almost 65k. So in my opinion, that's why I have the two trend lines here. In my opinion, this bull cycle has been already two phases. Phase one will approach the all-time high level of 2017 around September, and phase two, which was the one we were just having until now because it got broken to the downside recently. This is the phase two that took us to the 65 all-time high. $65,000 all-time high. This is the area that was no man's land, of course, when the bull run was starting, but no one knew already, or yet. No one knew that this would start a new bull cycle. And this is when I confirmed exactly here, when the price action breaks the trend to the upper side. This is when I confirmed that we are actually in a new bull run and the trend line was broken to the upside. So this is no man's land. This was a triangle. I was expecting this triangle to break to the upside or downside. Of course, it broke to the upside, then it came back down to retest a triangle and a trend line, and then finally we got the sign that we were starting a new bull cycle when the red trend line was broken to the upside. And this is my long-term view on Bitcoin. We are now in not a very good position because we broke the second phase of the bull trend to the downside, and we are now trading around $31,000. So we are still above the 30k line. We have tested that line so many times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it's the sixth time that we have been testing the 30k level of support, and we are now below the second phase of the bull cycle. But I would say that the fourth Elliott wave is still in play, and I will show you guys that just in a second here. So this is my Elliott wave that I explained yesterday, and this is my expectation, at least for this year, that the Elliott wave count is correct in this chart, and the Fibonacci levels, of course, help us to define where the fifth wave could end. But if the fourth wave still is not confirmed, or we don't have a price reversal to the upside around the 30k level, we can just move the fourth wave to the downside and see where this will stop the price action. And then it's not a big difference, guys. If you know, this is a log chart, of course, but the Elliott wave theory continues completely valid even if the price goes to 25,000. We just have to adjust the fourth Elliott wave on this 1 to 5 count of the uptrend, sorry. The bull trend on Elliott waves is measured in 5 waves. The corrective waves are ABC, so 3 waves to the downside, and being C wave composed of 5 smaller waves inside of it. The other ones are just 3. So if this is a corrective wave ABC, we could see the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coming down to 25, 26, 24. But this is not defined yet, so I will just leave it there because this is the lowest price we have for the 4th wave. But one thing I can tell you guys, I've never seen an Elliott wave count not reaching the 5th wave. So the 5th wave has to be above the 3rd wave. That's one of the rules of Elliott wave theory. Being the 3rd wave the biggest one in, extension of the price level. So if the 5th wave is still waiting to happen, even if the 4th wave comes back down here, or even if it goes to the all-time high of 2017, this is still a valid Elliott wave count. And we find the extension of the 5th wave by using Fibonacci levels. And as you've seen here, and this was not a very extended top, so it was a rounded top, and it went to above 361.8% on the Fibonacci level. And now, if we just go a bit more for extended wave 5, which could reach easily 461.8% of the Fibonacci level, that takes us to 200K. So I still think that this is still in play. I will just leave the 4th wave there, which is the bottom we have for now for this corrective wave. But even if it comes down here to the 20K to find support on the previous all-time high of 2017, I still believe the 5th wave will occur. Now, when will this be achieved? No one knows. I just know that the probability of achieving close to 200K is very high. And as you guys seen in the Tone Vays tweet of a few hours ago, he said that he still believes that we will achieve at least 100,000 this year. 100,000 would put us exactly on the just a bit above the 161.8%. But I'm expecting a more extended wave 5 to go above 100K. So this is the outlook for the analysis of the week. This is all I have for you guys in terms of analysis. And of course, I hope you are enjoying this. I know that Tone Vays decided to start again. He's trying to fuck up my live streams. And he started his live stream just a few minutes ago. So let me check what's happening here on the live stream and on the chat. Oh, we have a bit more people today. I'm glad for that. I'm sorry I have not been paying attention to the chat. I was trying to finalize all the weekly analysis that I had for you guys. So of course you can just ask your questions and let's see where that takes us. And I hope that Tone Vays is not stealing viewers from my live stream, which happens only once a week, and he has the opportunity to do it every day. I guess he's having a great time at the Pork Fest, and he decides to, instead of eating a lot of food, he decides to stream all day and just ruin everyone else's streams. But that's fine, I don't mind. As long as he's right. If he's right and we go above 100K, I will buy him a very good meat dish if he comes to Portugal, or if we meet somewhere else. Okay, let's see. Who's there? Hi everyone. Hi. Hey, someone sending hi from Australia. Wow. That's a very different time zone. Hello, nice, beautiful Portugal. Oh, that's because of my backgrounds. Let me give you a bit more of my backgrounds. Let's see here. Good content. I do hope you lose from Belgium on Sunday. Come on, man. Are you from Belgium? You are going to play against the European champion. I hope you know that. Welcome, crypto dealer Bichimoku. Hey, Bichimoku is here. He's not going to be spanked later on tonight. Crypto dealer. Soup guys, hey Hugo. I know it's not important, but do you think that Musk's recent tweet was purposely timed right at resistance? I don't know what Elon Musk's recent tweet is, because I don't give a fuck about Elon Musk. So I don't really care what Elon Musk thinks. I have this this negative bias towards people that are stupid and unstable, mentally unstable. And if he has some big reasons to be like that and try to fuck up everyone's lives and finance, I hope the really good reason that he has is good, because or the big reason is good, because the guy is completely fucked up. Sorry, I don't care about Elon Musk anymore. I don't read his tweets. I don't know what he has been doing. So, as Max said, fuck Elon, and he has this big party in Austin now, which is actually called Fuck Elon Party. So that's exactly my opinion. Fuck Elon. So Maria is saying great analysis. I hope so. I hope it comes true. Let's see. With down theory on DJT, all conditions were met. I guess this would be invalidated if we make a daily higher high. Sorry, Bichimuk, can you stop using those letters and explain what you're trying to ask me? With Dow theory on Dow Jones Industrial and Dow Jones Transport, I guess? I did not check the Dow Jones, sorry. All conditions were met. I guess this would be invalidated if we make a daily higher high, right? Well, okay, I'm starting to understand where you're trying to get. So I guess that all the conditions for the big downtrend of the Dow Jones are met. But however, if Bitcoin makes a new higher high, that would invalidate it. Well, I don't guess Bitcoin would invalidate any of the other markets. It's not such a big market yet. Bitcoin was above 1 trillion, but now it's below 1 trillion again. So I guess this would not move the other markets. Probably Bitcoin would be more influenced by the other markets than the other way around. So I guess you're talking about what Alessio Rastani said in his video about predicting. So this would be, how does he call it? I forgot the words he uses for that. This kind of indicator that goes ahead the rest of the market, just for you to understand what's going to happen on the S&P and consequently on all the other markets. And the Dow Transport Index is really important to get that. Yeah, guys, gently touch the like button and subscribe to the channel, of course. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and select all so that you get notified when I have a new video or I start a live stream. So you are the preference HR. What do you mean by that? I blocked Elon Musk. Yeah, I didn't block Elon Musk yet, but I'm about to. So Alfredo wrote a sentence in Portuguese, and he's saying that the problem is the consequences of the I'm missing the word. Greedy. The greedy followers for easy profits in the crypto market. Yeah, so I guess a lot of people are just following Elon to see what he's going to tweet and then have, you know, like an advanced indicator that the market is going to become bearish or bullish because of his tweets. And I guess the greedy people are just looking at Elon's tweets every second of the day, trying to guess what he's going to do and try to profit from that. I agree that some people are crazy to do that. Of course, I'm not going to do that. I will rely on technicals and indicators that I use on my charts, and I don't give a fuck about what Elon does. Do you think that the more BTC touches the 30K, the less strong it becomes as a support level? Yeah, so Pedro Teixeira is asking, do you think that the more BTC touches the 30K, the less strong it will be as a support level? Yes, I do believe that. That's one of the things you learn in technical analysis, is the more you have this level tested, the less strong it becomes, and so the probability of breaking to the downside, in case we are going down, of course, in a downtrend. But the same happens in the opposite way. If you are going up, and the more you test the resistance, the more the bigger probability will happen that this resistance is broken to the upside. So this happens to supports and this happens to resistances. But so far we have been testing the 30K line, and for 6 times, if I'm not mistaken, and it's still holding. And now we have the daily MRI bottom and we have the 4-hour MRI bottom. Actually, the daily ended already. So you have here, you guys can see here that the daily MRI bottom were all these candles while we were going down, curiously. But now we have an MRI bottom on the 4-hour. Oh, sorry, I'm not using screen share. Sorry for that, guys. So I was going to show that we had an MRI bottom on the daily, and the D letter here corresponds to the candles on the 4-hour that we were having this MRI bottom. And actually, it's curious that we were going down the entire day while we had the MRI bottom. So this MRI bottom actually did not work in our favor, but we are just about to have an MRI bottom again on the 4-hour chart, and this is the warning sign. The orange arrow on this candle means that the next candle will be an MRI bottom on the 4-hour. Let's see if that one works. And this could be like V-shaped recovery followed by an Adam and Eve. So this would be Adam and this would be Eve. But again, as I said before, the Adam and Eve kind of bottom on the 4-hour is not very reliable. I would prefer that to happen on the daily or weekly, but it's still something. It's still something. I like the Adam and Eve formation for a bottom. And sorry. And if this candle here would be the Adam, and then we would have the Eve here, just like a rounded bottom around here going back up again, starting with the next candle, that would be a nice indication of a reversal, at least for the short term, and then we could evaluate what happens next. But let's see. So again, let's see some more backgrounds. I hope everything is good with the stream. No one is complaining about the stream, so it says excellent connection. We had a lot of playbacks already. People, please share the stream. Please go to the Telegram group. I have posted it there. Go to Twitter. Wherever you saw the link for this stream, just copy the link, share it on your social networks. Bring some more people here. Let's grow the community. Don't forget, gently touch the like button. I swear to you, if I don't reach at least 50 likes before the end of the stream, you will be here for another 5 hours. Just like Stacy, I'm learning with Stacy Herbert, and she's right. I'm not ending this stream until we have 1,000 likes, as she says. And of course, I'm not going to have 1,000 likes today. But people, if you are enjoying the stream, just press the like button gently. gently touch the like button, or if it's not gently, Bitchimoku will spank you. Let's see here. Thanks, Dylan. Dylan is saying compliments on the background, magic photos of Magic Portugal. Yeah, I guess it looks very nice. I like those pictures. I know all of them are true. This is, of course, a bit photoshopped, but the main scene is there for you guys to see it live if you guys want to see it. Gently touch the like button, says Maria, and she says very well. I meant a higher high on the... Oh, well, of course, yeah. So if it breaks, so Bitchimoku is saying, I meant a higher high on the Dow Jones Industrial, not Bitcoin. So of course, if the rule is broken, and the rule is that we have to be lower at least 3% from the last swing high, if you break that rule, then it's invalidated. I've watched the video by Alessio Rastani about this, and he said that at least we have to be lower 3% of that price for the rule to be validated. So I guess if we go lower than 3% or even to the same price level, that means it's not good anymore. I only use fundamentals to invest. Using TA is the reason why the market is so volatile. Fundamentals resist better to the rumors and noise. Well, fundamentals are very, very good if you want to invest your money, but invest money is not the same as trading. So in my opinion, if you want to invest, this means a long-term investment in the market, and for that, of course, fundamentals are very, very important. For example, if you wanted to invest in 2016 because you believe in the fundamentals of Bitcoin, and of course I believe in the fundamentals of Bitcoin, and everyone believes in the fundamentals of Bitcoin, at least the ones that invest in Bitcoin. But if you want to invest as an investor, then it means that you will stay in the market for many years, at least 5 to 10 years. Like the same way Michael Saylor is investing in Bitcoin. He's going to be there for the long run, and because he trusts the fundamentals 100%. But that's a different mindset from the trader. The trader is the guy that usually takes the opportunity of swings going higher or lower to increase the position of Bitcoin he already has. And of course I have a big hodl position which corresponds to my side of the fundamental guy, and then I have a bit smaller side, which is my smaller position that I trade to try to increase the previous position, so the bigger one, and I try to use the swings to increase my Bitcoin position on the hodl position, because that one corresponds to my side of being a fundamental believer of Bitcoin, and my trader side tries to increase the other one. So that's how I work in the markets. Of course, I have a bigger hodl position as an investor since a long time ago when I started to buy. This was the beginning of 2017. So I've been increasing that position of hodl. And then I use the swing trades to increase my position, my hodl position. I don't see anything wrong with that. Some people just stick to being a hodler and just buying, DCAing into Bitcoin all the time. Some other people hodl and trade so that they can increase the hodl position. That's it. That I don't see anything wrong with any of them. But that's my opinion, of course. If you want to just believe in the fundamentals and invest in the market for 10 years, just go ahead and do it, because I bet you'll make money. If you are not, if some people are not suited to be traders because they don't have, or they don't want to have, because they don't want to lose some time doing that, learning how to do TA or something like that, they should, of course, invest in the market of Bitcoin for a longer term. And I'm sure they will make money, because if they buy Bitcoin today, in 10 years' time, this will be much higher. So they just keep out all the FUD and volatility, and they just invest in the long term, and that will be good for them. So I'm just a mix of both, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Perfect stream, says Dylan. Let's see here. David says boa stream. I guess he means good stream. Mixing Portuguese and English in the same phrase. That's good. Tiago, I won't press the like then. I guess you mean that you want me to stream all the afternoon, but I really can't do that, man. I have some other things to do. I have to trade too, so... David, aperta com eles, Hugo. This means gives them a push. Give them a push about you know, pressing or gently touching the like button. Dylan is saying, we happy with 4 hours. Be careful. Oh, 4 hours. No, man. I would like to have the time for that, but I don't. Any questions, guys? Something I want to tell you. So I will need to be testing something new for the channel. So I would like, in the meantime, while you think if you want to ask me something else, I will just ask you guys to volunteer if you have Zoom installed or if you have been using Zoom for some online conferences or just talking to family or something else. So if you use Zoom and you know the basics of using Zoom, I would like you to join the Telegram group, and this is done by going to a browser and writing t.me/fumoney, and you will be taken to a page where you can click the button to be invited to the group, or you can just use the Telegram app to search for FU Money, and I guess it will be the first result you have there. We are around 300 people almost already. So you'll see the group there, around 300 people. And if you want to join that group, you'll be very welcome, and you can debate all matters about Bitcoin, crypto, whatever in that group with very, very intelligent people. But I was saying, if you use Zoom, if you know the basics of using Zoom, like to video conference with other people and stuff like that, I would like someone in the chat, or if you are just watching this video after the stream is over, to volunteer, go to the Telegram group and volunteer to do some testing with me, because I will need someone to test a few different things that I will try to incorporate into this channel for the live streams, and not just live streams, also recorded videos. But I need someone to use Zoom with me for some testing for the channel. Don't worry, guys, because you will not be online live, or you will not also be recorded to you know, to be on the channel. This is just for testing purposes. I need someone outside of my location to have a Zoom conference with me to test something that I need to test. And then I will inform you guys what's going to happen in the close future, in the very, very near future, because of that testing. So I will inform you guys, but please, so if you have Zoom and you know how to use it, just go to the Telegram group. You say there, I want to volunteer to help you test the Zoom in your you know, studio environment to see how this works and if everything is working correctly. And then, guys, as soon as this is all done and tested, I will tell you what's going to happen. Okay, so let's see if anyone else has some more questions, and let me also check how long have I been streaming. This is over an hour already. We are very, very close to 1 hour. So guys, please, last questions, because I will not be able to be here much longer than 1 hour and a few minutes. So let's see. Black Horse is saying that he's expecting this downtrend to continue for some more time, probably lower levels, because a lot of people are tethered waiting for the bottom. Man, I've been waiting for the bottom since 40K. So I've been waiting for the bottom since we achieved the 4-hour pro framework context support around 40, and then 30, 35, 36, and going continuously going down. But I've been waiting for the bottom since a long time ago. So I don't understand people still waiting for the bottom. What bottom? No one knows where the bottom will be. So of course we can predict something. We can at least forecast some kind of price level that we think will be the bottom, but no one knows. No one knows until this is confirmed as a bottom, and a long time after that we see that we are not going back there again to retest it. Only then you can say that was the bottom. That was the bottom 4 weeks ago or 2 months ago. So no one knows. Even at the point of that bottom, if it happens, no one will know that this is the bottom. So I don't know what people are waiting for to buy Bitcoin at discount. We were already almost 65K. We are now around 30K. This is less than half the price. So with the same money, you can buy more than double the number of Bitcoins. And I don't understand what people are waiting for. So they will FOMO in when we get above the 65K level. So instead of buying now, that you can buy, for example, if you have $65,000, you can buy 2 Bitcoins. So then you're going to buy it when we go above the 65 and you buy 0.9 Bitcoin. So I don't really understand people waiting. This is a great price for Bitcoin. This is undervalued according to the stock to flow model. We are undervalued a lot, by a lot. According to the stock to flow model, we should be around 55K right now. This would be the correct valuation for 1 Bitcoin. And this is a great discount. So if people don't understand that, they will again FOMO in when this is around 50K or 60K or 70K, and then they will get 1/3 of the Bitcoin they could have gotten now at this price level. So, but anyway, it's a valid opinion. I guess a lot of people might be waiting to go to 24. I've seen different traders say that it's probable that we could even find the bottom around the 20K area, which is the previous all-time high. And I don't really believe that we will go below 20K, but I think it's still a possibility that we go. But you can always DCA from here to 20. And if it happens, you will DCA 100% of your remaining fiat. And if it doesn't happen that it goes to 20, you can always buy more after DCAing to 24. Let's say it goes to 24. And then you can still DCA after going up if the 24 was the bottom and you start to go up with a price reversal. You can still invest the rest of your fiat, which wasn't invested at 20. So I've been DCAing into Bitcoin since 39,000. This was the first buy I made since the big drop. I started to buy around 39,000. I bought again around 34 something. I bought again around 30.9. So I've been DCAing since 39 going down. And I will continue to DCA, even if it goes to 20K. I will continue to invest in Bitcoin and to buy more Bitcoin. Thank you, Rui. Rui Rocha is saying big hug and thank you for your work. Don't mention it. You are very welcome here. So I'm glad I helped you. 5-hour stream from the master himself should happen someday. Come on. Yeah, I'm 5-hour stream, man. If I have some intervals in the middle, yes, it's possible that someday I will go crazy. Hey, Bichimoku says he's going to volunteer for the Zoom testing. Bichimoku, you are a great guy. Thank you. We will set it up later. I will message you or I will DM you on Telegram or something and we can set it up. Or if someone else also wants to test it with us, they can join. So let's see. I can also help if needed with Zoom. Dylan says, that's good. Dylan, are you on the Telegram group already? If you are not, join t.me/FUmoney. Join us on the Telegram group and we will set it up. I don't wait at all. I already bought 3 times this week. Yeah. Rui Rocha is saying that he's not waiting for the supposedly lower bottom that we will find. I don't know where. But I'm DCAing. I'm not waiting for any confirmation 2 months after the fact. I'm DCAing already. And I will continue to DCA because I have fiat money to invest, because I didn't buy everything. I never bought above 30 something when it was going up. So I guess my last buy, I don't remember exactly, but my last buy when we were going up from January to April, my last buy was what, around 30 something, 30,000, maybe close to 40. And then I started to DCA again when we went below 40, starting my first buy at 39. Luckily, it was not a big one. And I kept some fiat to continue DCAing into the, into this downtrend. So, Alex, don't believe in fall. Very bullish, but let's see. I guess he's saying Alex, ALX, OSB. Sorry, I don't really know if you are Alex. I guess you are saying you don't believe in falling from here. So you mean lower levels? Very bullish, but let's see. Yeah, I'm also very bullish. I know we are really close. We are really close to a bottom. Just no one knows where this will be. So that's why I'm DCAing. This is the very, very intelligent strategy when you analyze the charts and you see by the technicals that we are very close to a bottom. The most intelligent way or most intelligent strategy is to DCA dollar cost average down until at least we have a confirmation that the bottom is in, and this will come always after the fact and never on that day, probably 1 month after, 2 months after, and then you can DCA again on your way up, knowing that the next trend by the technicals will surpass the previous all-time high, and then you make money. And that's a very, very intelligent strategy. So that's what you guys should do. If you want some opinion, I'm not giving, of course, this is not financial advice. Not financial advice. For those that go to the Telegram group, tell me that I'm giving financial advice. It's not true. It's my opinion of what an intelligent strategy is. We are expecting a 12-hour live stream next halving. Man, that's for Tone to do. Tone has a steel ass and he can sit for 12 hours on the chair without feeling back pain and all body pain and all kinds of pain. I would not be here for 12 hours, man. Actually, I was in his stream, the last stream he made, being 12 hours. I was in that stream as a guest. But I wasn't there for the entire stream, which lasted 14 hours, if I'm not mistaken. This was cut by YouTube to 12 hours because I guess YouTube only allows 12 hours of stream. But they were actually there while live streaming for 14 hours. And I guess I was about 7 of those 14 or 8 probably. I just got a bit later to the stream because I was traveling from Lisbon to the Algarve, and then I got into the stream. I got the invitation from Tone exactly when I was leaving Lisbon, and then I still caught like 7 or 8 hours of the live stream as a guest. But I don't know if we have enough crowds, enough followers to have a 12-hour stream and everyone would still be alive and in the end. So let's see. Maybe when I have 200,000 followers on the channel, we can do 12-hour streams and people will still be alive because they will just, not be all at the same time from the beginning. And this will be like a normal live stream with different people coming in and out. But if you have 1,150 people following the channel, I guess 12-hour streams will not be very reasonable. So thank you for sharing your strategy, no problem. Razuke-kun, I guess that's how you pronounce it. Nuno Miguel is laughing a lot. Yeah, I'm also I'm also laughing. Hank Jones, I heard about you from that stream. Thanks, man. Yeah, I guess that stream was really good for my, you know, creating the first image about me, because by then I didn't have a channel. So I was in that stream with Tone Vase on the 3rd of January, if I'm not mistaken. This is the 3rd of January when Bitcoin has its birthday. And then I was invited to be in that stream because I was talking to Tone Vase before that, and I talked to him about my price to time model and stuff. So he invited me there. I didn't have my channel yet, so I decided to create my channel in late February, and I started to broadcast in March, the first week of March. So by then I didn't have a channel. I just had my Twitter account, and I was publishing my analysis on Twitter. And then I guess Tone, you know, Tone inviting me to that stream just pushed me a bit to start my channel and start live broadcasting and recording and all that. So it was really fun to be in that stream with Tone Vase. And then I was again in a different stream also after that one. Okay, guys, let's see. Has anyone here on the stream not gently touched the like button yet? Raise your hands if you haven't done it, and Bichimoku, please take care of them. Spank everyone. Thank you, 8-Bit Paul. First time listening. I like your reflective tone. Well, thank you for that. That's the first kind of compliment I get like that. So I hope you enjoy from now on, and you follow the channel. And you know, of course, the first part of the live stream is always my analysis of the week, what's been happening, and everything I recorded from Monday to Friday. And the second part is just interacting with the people on the chat and getting questions, trying to answer the best as I can. So I hope you like the channel and you follow the channel. So let's see, anyone else? Oh, Razuka-kun said that he didn't touch the like button gently. Man, you have to be careful there, because we need the like button to different streams in the future. So don't smash it. Do you think it's worth starting to do BTC mining in Portugal? No. No, big no. I already thought about it. I was a miner, so let me just for 1 minute explain that. Thank you for the question, David C. So the question is, do you think it's worth starting to do BTC mining in Portugal? I don't believe this is profitable in Portugal. Although Bitcoin price has been going up for a long time and we reached 65,000, I still believe that it would be much better mining Bitcoin in Texas, in El Salvador, in Paraguay, if they also do it as a legal tender in the country. And that has a reason. The prices of electricity in Portugal are fucking insane. So the Portuguese, the biggest company in Portugal that sells electricity, which is named EDP, in Portuguese EDP, they charge around 21 cents per kilowatt. So you do the math and you tell me if it's profitable to invest a lot of money in miners, in Bitcoin miners, and then paying 21 cents for kilowatt, unless you have a nice deal with them and you have a big infrastructure and you have a different deal for the price of electricity that goes to your facility. But if you consider the usual prices in Portugal that everyone pays for kilowatt, it's 21 cents. So it's really high as compared to other countries that charge like 3 cents, 5 cents, 6 cents per kilowatt. So I would not, if I wanted to start a mining business, I definitely would not start it in Portugal. Unless you have a very nice deal with the company, with the electricity company here. Well, the government of El Salvador is going to start mining, so that they will start their own operation of mining Bitcoin. And I guess that every country that probably in the future will accept Bitcoin as legal tender probably will use Bitcoin mining to create their reserves. Of course, also buying some Bitcoin to, first start the reserves of Bitcoin. But then they will also be very profitable if they start mining, because the government always has all the incentives to do it, because they have, of course, if they dominate electricity in their country, they will have the cheapest prices of everyone else, and it will be very profitable if they start their own mining operations. And this will also create confidence, that people will have more confidence in the government, because not just Bitcoin could become legal tender if that's the case in the country, but also the government is mining Bitcoin, and this means that they are invested in the space, and they are creating reserves in their central bank of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin reserves, and that's a very good indication that a government is, of course, involved and interested. So I bet many governments in the future, we will see in the next decade, we will see many governments doing that. Even Iran could do that, because they have all this, man, sometimes I get those blanks. So they are being, fucked up by the US, the sanctions. So because of the sanctions that were imposed on Iran, of course, if they had this kind of move like El Salvador, they could start mining Bitcoin. The government could start a mining operation, and they could start using Bitcoin as legal tender, and this would just fuck up all the sanctions, and they would just give the finger to the US. And we don't really care about your business. We have our own business, and we can manage really well. Thank you. So I guess this will be one of the reasons that countries will make Bitcoin legal tender in the future, just to avoid other countries' sanctions. Who the fuck is the US to impose sanctions on other countries? And that's the only reason why they do that. It's because the dollar is the world reserve currency. Because if the dollar was crap, which is going to be in the future, if the dollar was crap, they would not be able to do that. So the more countries go to the Bitcoin standard, Saifuddin Amos, the more people go to the Bitcoin standard, you should read the book, by the way, the more they will be free from any other country's sanctions. So I guess we will see in the next decade who does the next steps. I guess Paraguay is going to be the second, and after that, it will just be an avalanche. Okay, guys, this has been very, very good. Let me see. Hey, 1 hour and a half. You're pushing it. I already pressed. As always, good content. Congratulations and thank you. Don't mention it, man. Glad to have you here. I hope you enjoyed the content and you come back and you continue to watch the recorded videos from Monday to Friday. What is the correlation between Bitcoin halving and price? Well, there's a theory that every halving, as it decreases to half all the Bitcoin rewards to the miners, this will also decrease the available amount of Bitcoins to be bought in the market, and so the price goes up. So it's related to that basic principle of the markets, that if you have a higher demand and a lower supply, then the price increases. So the theory is that every halving, there's half the Bitcoin being rewarded to the miners, which are the ones that put the Bitcoins into the market, of course, in the first place. And so if they have less Bitcoin to put into the market, this will reach a point in time when the supply is low and the demand is high, so the price will increase. So that's the correlation between the halving and the price of Bitcoin. And guys, that's it, I guess. I will just take a last look. Let's see what's happening here. So we have been stable for the last hour, I would say. We have been in this candle, not going below the green candle, not going above the current price level. I guess in 30 minutes we will see if the next candle will become green, and this will be an MRI bottom in the 4-hour chart. So don't forget to keep up with the charts. Don't forget to check the 4-hour chart for the MRI bottom. The BitMEX funding rate continues to be very, very negative. This is below the threshold now of 0.06. And that is helping to keep the price stable and not continuing down, because the more shorts you have, the more the market wants to go up. And you guys know this already from my videos. I've been using the BitMEX funding rate as an indicator for market sentiment. And of course, when you have a lot of shorts, bigger shorts than longs, you know that the market wants to do the reverse of that, which is going up. If, on the other hand, you have a lot more longs than shorts, then the market sentiment, it wants to go down. So I use it just to have an idea of what's happening in the market. And in this case, the bulls, the market sentiment is a bit more bullish than bearish, because the BitMEX funding rate is below my threshold of 0.06, which has been a very nice threshold, by the way. If you guys see it here, every time there is an overextended bar below the 0.06, what happens is there's some kind of reversal just some time after it. For example, here, when we dropped a lot, then we had this bar, overextended bar of the shorts in BitMEX, which reversed the price action to the upside like crazy. This happened in the flash. So guys, just keep your eyes on the charts. The 4-hour chart will be very, very important in the next few hours, and let's see what happens with the MRI bottom. If anything crazy happens, I will come back, or I will tweet something, or just go to the Telegram group, depending on the how serious this is or not. But I guess it will remain like that for some time. So this is, by the way, this is one of the castles in Portugal. Very nice one. This is close to Lisbon. If you don't know it, you should visit. And that's the longest bridge in Europe, by the way, 17 kilometers. In Portugal, we like to go big. Go big or don't go. So they spend a lot of money. The government loves to spend a lot of money in infrastructure to say we've built a lot of things. But then they have like stupid COVID restrictions and stuff like that, and taking people. I don't want to go that way. I'm not a politician. I have my own ideas, but that's it. Okay, guys. I guess that's it. Let me check here. Yeah, we've passed the 1 hour and 30 minutes already. So I will just finish by saying thank you so much for being in this live stream today. It's been a pleasure to talk to you all. Please gently touch the like button, help the channel, subscribe, click the bell icon and select all notifications so you get notified when I upload a new video and or I start a new live stream, and share it with your friends. Don't forget, join the Telegram group. We are waiting for you there. Very bright people there. We discuss a lot of crypto stuff, mainly Bitcoin, but some people dare to discuss some other shit coins. So join it by going to a browser and writing on the address bar t.me/FUmoney. Or if you just want to use the app itself, the Telegram app, you can just search for FUmoney on the search box, and I'm sure you will see the group there, which is now around 300 people. So join us and come there to discuss everything with us. Okay, guys, I'm already saying goodbye. Thank you so much for this live stream of today, and I hope that everything that we discussed and I analyzed at the first part of the show becomes reality. I hope the fourth Elliott wave will be very close to finish and be confirmed, and then we can have our final fifth wave to the upside to close the Elliott wave for that trend, and I hope many people will be happy with that. If we have to go lower, don't panic. If you still have some fiat, DCA to the lower side. That's what I would do. I would DCA to the downside until it really closes the fourth wave, and then we have the price reversal to the upside. And that's the only opinion I have on the markets for now. We have to wait for confirmations. So let's see what happens. Okay, guys. Thank you so much for being here today, and I will see you on the Telegram group later if you are going there and discuss everything Bitcoin or crypto with us. So have a nice one. Let me just start to finish here. And here we are. Have a nice one and have a nice weekend with your family and friends, and I will see you again on Monday with a recorded analysis of the day. Bye-bye.